function call inside a for loop. Continued. Hi! In the previous video, we saw two methods of printing the total value for 10 times in a function. Yes, the first method was we used 10 print statements inside the function, and in the second method, we put one print statement inside a for loop and printed the output for 10 times. I told you in the previous video that you will be surprised to know there are two more methods to print the same output for 10 times. Yes, in this video, we shall see those two methods. In the last two methods, what did we do? We took this original function definition and changed it. We added more print statements or a for loop and got the value to be printed 10 times. In the next two methods, we are again going to keep the original definition but get the value to be printed 10 times. The function definition is going to be the same as we show here. Did you see that in this function definition, we have only one print statement? So, how can we get the value to be printed 10 times in the output screen? Let me explain. Do you remember that in our code, we always call the function after creating it? Yes, we call this function also using this statement. Do you also remember that we can call a function many times? We saw many examples in our previous videos. So, we are going to use that method and call the function many times. This is our third method. First, let us save the file and run the code. The output is printed as 9. Okay, now, as we saw before, we can call the function many times. So, I'm going to write one more function call to call the function again. So, after the first function call, press enter and write open bracket, close bracket and put 7, 2 again inside the brackets. Now, save the file and run the code. The total value 9 is printed 2 times as the output. Why? Because we call the function 2 times. Yes, very good. Now, shall we use this method to print the total value 10 times? How shall we do it? I can hear you saying to call the function 8 more times so we get the total value printed for 10 times. Yes, you are right. Let us do it. Let us go to Python again and after the second function call, press enter, copying the function call statement and paste it for 8 more times. Now, let us save the file and run the code. The output printed is 9 for 10 times. Good. We know the third method to print the total for 10 times. Okay, but I wanted to ask you again, don't you think that this is a lot of lines? Definitely yes. So, let us go to our fourth method. What is that method? Let me explain. As we have learned earlier, when we do the same thing again and again, how can we make it easy? We can use a loop because we have 10 function calls. Can we follow the same method and put one function call inside for loop? Is that possible? Yes. Any statement which is repeated many times can be put in a loop. Last time we put a print statement inside the loop. This time we are going to put a function call inside the loop. Come, let us see how to call a function inside a for loop. Let us go to Python again and here let us put one function call inside for loop. So, after the print statement, delete all the function calls. Now, press enter and delete the tab space and write a for loop with the range. So, we write for space I space range open bracket, close bracket and colon. Then put 1, 11 inside the brackets. Now press enter and here inside the for loop, let us call the add function. So let us write add open bracket, close bracket and put 7, 2 inside the brackets. Now let us save the file and run the code. The total value 9 is printed 10 times. Look, we did not get any error. We can write a function call in a loop and we get the same output. So So far, we wrote print statements inside a loop. We wrote if condition inside the loop. And today, we wrote a function call inside a loop. Hope you understand now that there are many ways to get the same output. See you all in another interesting video. Bye-bye.